What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JB Sports back again with another one. Got some breaking news about Canelo Alvarez versus Sergey Kovalev potential matchup. Golden Boy Promotions sent Main Events and Kathy Duva offer that Kathy Duva's theme was a very low ball offer. They said it was less than half of the guaranteed minimum that Daniel Jacobs received for the Canelo Alvarez fight in May. So they're saying that they're going to have to come up with a much better offer because that offer was deemed unacceptable by Kathy Duva and Main Events. Now this fight is Canelo's fight. Next fight is scheduled to take place September 14th. That's less than 10 weeks away. So they're working on a limited time here to try to make this fight happen. John Skipper and the Zone has okayed this fight as far as taking place. You know, everybody knows that they want the Canelo Triple G, the third fight, but they've okayed that if Canelo wants to fight Sergey Kovalev, they've okayed that fight. So basically, they okayed Canelo to take either the Kovalev fight or the Triple G fight. He can, you know, if he tries to fight anybody else, the Zone is not going to okay that fight. So he's basically limited. He's basically down to, he's going to have to either up the offer to Kovalev or he's going to have to fight the third fight against Triple G, man. That's where we stand right now. So, but again, Main Events has deemed that offer way too low. You know, they're still sitting in a strong position. You know, believing as far as Kovalev. You know, I know you're asking how they're in a strong position. They're the B side, and India needs to accept whatever Golden Boy offer them. No, that's not the case because they actually have a fight agreed to Anthony Yard in Russia. I think it's gonna be on. I think it's gonna be in the next couple of months coming up. They basically got a deal. I think it's the 24th or maybe of August. If I have to look at it, I know it's gonna be sometime this summer. Let me just break it down. I don't have the exact date, but let me just say it's gonna be sometime this summer. They have a fight agreed to up in Russia. And another thing that's gonna cause a problem with this low offer that they had that they've sent to Kathy Duva. People don't understand that Kathy Duva is working with Top Rank and Bob Arum. So they're gonna have to give a percentage of whatever the deal is with Canelo. They have to give a percentage to Top Rank and Bob Arum because they have options on Kovalev next fight. They have to split that money up with Top Rank, and they have to pay Anthony Yard, Frank Warren them step aside money. So when you look at the low ball offer, as far as I said earlier that it's a half of what Daniel Jacobs made. You know, it's gonna get sliced up even lower than that when you take into account that they have to pay Bob Arum and Top Rank. They're gonna have to pay Anthony Yard, Frank Warren, BT Sports step aside money. So so Canelo's got to come up with some more money. I don't know how he thought he's gonna have to play Daniel Jacobs. Say he plays Daniel Jacobs. It was rumored that Daniel Jacobs made $15 million. Okay, he's gonna pay. They say he's offering Kovalev less than half of that. So they say that's around maybe $6-7 million. Now he gets $6-7 million for that fight. He's got to pay Bob Arum Top Rank because they've got options on his next fight. So Main Events got to pay him a percentage. Say that knocks it down around $4 or $5 million. Then you got to give Anthony Yard a step aside money. Anthony Yard is set to make 8 figures fighting Kovalev. So you got to pay him a nice little chunk of step aside money to get him to step aside. So when it's all said and done, you're probably looking at Kovalev walking away with $3-4 million for this fight total, and that's not what he's looking for as far as potentially what he can make in a Alvarez fight. He's probably looking at least when it's all said and done walking away with $10 million to make it worth his while. Daniel Jacobs got rumored that he got $15 million, and here it is. Kovalev, when it's all said and done, can walk away around $3 or $4 million. That's not going to be acceptable for Main Events or Kovalev. So we'll see what happens, man. But that's the recent news right now. If I had to make a prediction on what I think is going to end up happening is, I think that they're going to have to end up paying. I think they're going to end up having to pay Kovalev more money. I think they're going to up the offer. I don't think they want to fight Triple G right now. The animosity is real bad as far as the situation that went on that caused the second fight to get delayed with Canelo's failed PED test, and then what Triple G said about Canelo. He said a lot of disparaging things about Canelo, basically, accused him of being a cheat. He didn't believe the contaminated meat story, and he basically insinuated that Canelo was dirty before the first fight. So there's a lot of bad blood. I think they want Triple G to fight a meaningful fight, maybe get another title, and then they'll revisit that fight in May of 2020. But we'll see what happens on that front, man. But that's just my opinion. I think they're gonna have to offer more money, man. They've got to make a decision real quick here, because like I say, you right now you're 10 weeks away from the September 14th date, and this fight here is a huge fight, a huge promotional fight. I know you're saying, well, shoot, it's 10 weeks. A lot of fighters need 8 weeks worth of training. Yeah, you need 8 weeks worth of training, but for a fight of this magnitude, they want the maximum time to promote it. So 10 weeks is really a fight of Canelo. When you're talking about Canelo, or you're talking about when Floyd Mayweather was having big, huge mega fights on pay-per-view, they need time to promote those fights. I know Mayweather, especially the last couple of fights, he waited to right up around this time, or even less than this time, to announce who he was going to fight. But I think Golden Boy, they prefer to have a lot of time to promote this fight, man. They got sponsors and stuff like that, Tecate and all those people that's behind Golden Boy and Canelo to get all those things lined up, man. And you need to have a maximum time to have all those things lined up in the promotion for a big mega fight that Canelo fights, basically twice a year. So we'll see what happens, man. But again, I think Canelo and Golden Boy is gonna have to offer more money, man. I think they're gonna offer. They at least gonna have to offer. You're at least gonna have to offer what you offered Danny Jacobs, and if that's $15 million, you got to offer him $15 million, and then he's still gonna have to split that money up, between Top Rank and the step aside money with Anthony Yarde and his people. But I think you got to at least start off offer him what you offered Daniel Jacobs. You look at Daniel Jacobs' resume, and you look at Sergey Kovalev resume. Their resumes are not that much different. Daniel Jacobs has been in there with some top fighters, and so has Sergey Kovalev. Daniel beat what's the boy name he beat from New York, a big fighter, guy that's up under PBC. Quillen. He beat Peter Quillen. That probably was his best win. Sergey Kovalev best win was probably Edeler. I'm butchering his name. Every time I say that boy's name, I'm butchering it. His best win is Edeler Alvarez. So both of those guys, and you look at those two, Edeler Alvarez, and you look at Peter Quillen, those guys. I say Peter Quillen probably had a better resume than Edeler Alvarez. So you back in the argument. Jacobs he beat Sergio Mora twice. Sergio Mora won the contender. So I would say Daniel Jacobs, and his resume we might give Daniel Jacobs a slight edge, but it's nothing. It's not like you're comparing say Canelo's resume to Demetrius Andrade's resume. Well, it's a bip difference, not even close. There's no way they could be doing no 50-50 fight based on accomplishment resume and pay-per-views and nothing like that. Subscriptions for each other fights on the zone. There's no way you can do a 50-50 fight. The resumes are like night and day when you compare that. That's not the case between Sergey Kovalev and Daniel Jacobs. So I think they would have to basically offer the same thing they offered Daniel Jacobs. And that, like I said, that was rumored to be $15 million. So we'll see what happens, man. Just give you that news, man. Main events and Cat the Duo are not happy with the offer that Golden Boy sent to them. They say it's a low ball offer, and it's unacceptable. So as we stand right now, Canelo Alvarez still has not have a opponent confirmed for September 14th. But I can tell you this: it's going to either be Sergey Kovalev or Triple G. It will not be Callum Smith. He's not in the running. It's going to be one of those two. I'm the only two fighters that DAZN and John Skipper will accept as Canelo's next opponent for September 14th. So we'll see what happens, man. I'm about to get up out of here, man. Get back to work, man. Just giving you guys this quick nugget. This is JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. I holla.